I have this very ugly island next to my base, and that's why I'm turning this island into an entire civilization with villagers, crops, I don't know what's going in the middle yet, and a mining outpost. We have a lot of terraforming to do, but before we do that, I need to get rid of all of these. Let me explain. I updated the game from 1.21.5 up to 1.21.6 so I could get the happy ghast, and the chunks just glitched out. The terrain on this island is shocking. I need to get to work to make this ground even. With our tools full of health, does anyone else get really lazy and just mine half the tree and leave the wood in the top? Yeah, I do too. Yo, there's no civilization yet, boys. You're too early. Come back later, mate. Come back later. I'm expanding this grass because we need to utilise as much of this island as possible instead of leaving scraggly edges around the island. We just placed this border down to get a rough idea of how much land we want to use. I've decided to go for a medieval themed village, which means we're going to need a lot of dark oak logs and spruce logs. Wait, how have you ended up in there with him? Don't worry, I'll save you. Sweeping edges, I think, in Minecraft. The ground around this area is looking a lot smoother now. I'm just going to hop in bed, and then we can start planning our first building. I'm not very good at building in Minecraft, especially with detail, so I hopped onto Pinterest to have a look through some watchtowers, as I wanted this to be my first building. So we had a look through a few, and we took details from each tower, and started constructing. And this is what I mean when I say I'm no good at building in Minecraft. I couldn't figure out the roof to save my life. In the end, we prevailed, and I like it. We've still got, like, so much to do. Oh my god, we've got so much to do. And what we're building next is actually something I've never built before, which is a trading hall. Oh no, leave me alone. I've never built a trading hall. Even though a trading hall is just sticking a villager in a hole and trapping it there. I'm just saying. This is another building that I don't really have a plan for. I like to just wing stuff in Minecraft. Leave me alone, okay? A trading hall is so essential because there are so many trades out there, and the most important being enchanted books like mending. I want this trading hall to look similar to a cottage, which means the main colour is going to be white. So I'm going to place a load of this concrete powder into the water to turn it into concrete. We've added the white concrete in, and I'm impressed with how it's coming along. The roof is the most important part of each build because I've always struggled in the past, and I've got to get it right this time. We finished the roof on this building to complete the trading hall. Although we're trapping villagers in here, we also need to make a place for some villagers to live. Right, after I've added these pathways in and adding these little log thingies, that's what I'm going to call them, which everyone seems to build. This shulker box is looking a little empty, and we're about to fill it with all the materials we need to build all the houses on this island. Well, probably not all of them, but okay. We're going to be collecting a little bit of diorite here, just to mix in with the white concrete to give it a little bit more detail. I need a pickaxe that doesn't have silk touch so that I can gather the other materials. Oh, this chest room is so good. If you didn't see my last video, check it out and subscribe while you're there. Now I know there's netherite ingots. Ah, there they are. Now we just need to enchant our pickaxe, and we get... Really? Is that it? We'll try this again. And we get... Okay, that's better. Now we just need to upgrade it. And Bob's your uncle. I didn't feel the need to show you from the ground upwards on this build. The final build is what matters. Instead of white concrete on this building, we went with smooth diorite and normal diorite, which I think looks pretty good. We just need a bit of lighting on it. That's the first house complete. And I sort of went on a building spree after this and just got as much done as I could. I just hopped into the Nether to grab some more bone blocks, but I appear to be lost a little bit. So I started trading with the piglins so I could get some obsidian to get home. Bro, don't you dare. I'm just trying to get home, man. We have 8 pieces. I just need 2 more. Oh, yes. That's the last piece. Okay. I have no idea where we're going to come out, but it's going to be a long way away. Wait, hold on a minute. I think we're actually quite close. No, we're not. We just got trolled. It took us way too longer than it should have to get home, but at least we're back. After our return to the island, I started expanding the pathways so that we could get a rough idea of where our next buildings would be. And I think we're going to build some fish huts. The only problem with this, though, is that they're going to have to be diagonal. I'm going to make an absolute fool of myself here. Like, this maybe? Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to have to see what they look like next to everything else. I started working on this next house, which I'm actually going to reside in whilst on the island. Not like I literally have a monument there that I'm meant to sleep in. We added a few details around the house with some leaves and some crops underneath. It goes without saying that we need a carrot farm. We've already built a wheat and beetroot farm, but golden carrots are our main source of food. I don't like how empty this back area is looking, and it makes sense to have some silos and windmills next to the crops. We started constructing our first farmhouse that would look really nice next to these crops. We ended up just building a house with a windmill attached to the side. If we're going to want livestock on this island, we're going to have to build somewhere for them to live. No, we're not building the classic red barn. This is a medieval village, so we're going to go with a barn that looks a little bit more vintage, which is why we're building out of cobblestone and dark oak and spruce planks. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. I think the whole area is coming along pretty nicely. Just adding the last few details to this build, like the floor in here, and crafting a lot of these hay bales. Just place a few of these down and that is the barn finished. And come on, don't tell me you're not impressed with that. There's one thing this island's lacking though, and that's lighting, because we need to keep these mobs out if we're going to want the villagers to stay alive. Just put some lanterns on here. I mean, how does that look? If I'm honest, it looks a bit plain. I'm not too sure. We'll leave it till after and see if we need to change them. This back area here by the windmill house is the last area that's empty. So we're just going to place a couple of silos to match the farmland. I'm collecting loads of spruce saplings because there's too many empty spots on our island. So we're just going to place a few trees in these gaps, bone meal a little bit of the grass, and that looks a lot better. I'm also adding some more logs and putting some pumpkins and hay bales next to it to make it look a little bit more cozy. I built this little farm hut as well next to the crops, so I'm just going to connect the pathway here, just using some coarse dirt. And we've practically added beds and chests and crafting tables into all of these buildings. Oh, this is looking nice. It's coming together. It's a good job I have a raid farm that produces unlimited tomes. We're just placing an item associated with each profession of a villager into these item frames whilst putting the workstations down as well, so we can bring the villagers over. Luckily we had this iron farm here, so all we have to do is move them about 100 blocks. Now just don't be difficult and cooperate, please. Get in the boat then. This is what I mean by don't be difficult. That's where you belong, mate. Hard part out the way, and now we're just cruising. Alright, I'll stop now. This shouldn't be too hard. We should be able to just break the boat, and he'll go to the workstation. Boom. We just had to do that for all of them, and the trading hall is finished. Alright, we're pretty much halfway, but I'm going to show you what's left to build. Right down here, we're going to have the dock area, where the boats can come in and out, and where there'll be a couple of fishermen. Right here in the middle, we want a water fountain. And I've got a really nice design in mind. That's all I'm going to say for now. At the back right here, we're going to have 3 big custom-made trees with a swamp area and a couple of nice like witch huts down there. It's going to be sick. And here on the left, we already know, is our mining outpost, where there's going to be cranes, oil spillages everywhere. It's going to look pretty sick. Now, with the plan in mind, let's continue. Alright, let's get started on the docks. I'm just going to be mining out this area here inside to make a room for chests where we can catch stuff from the ocean, such as enchanted books, fish, of course, and name tags, and loads of other stuff. This is what we've done with the actual docks. We just kept it quite simple, but it's still, you know, fairly detailed. We should probably actually remove these few fences so we can actually get on. That would be good. Right, we're gonna have to add a bridge here though, because I do want the gap, because it makes sense. So we'll just build a little bridge. Okay, bridge looking decent, and then we're just gonna extend these next 3 docks. This is not the last bit of mining I've got to do, so I just want to get this out of the way. Okay, so the docks and fishing area is finished, but that's the least of my concern right now. Like, number 1, fixing my tools. Where this stone is used to all be dirt, but we need all of it to terraform this island and fill in all the gaps, because our island is looking an absolute mess at the minute, and everything needs to go. And when I say everything, I even mean the sugarcane farm. We're gonna have to build it elsewhere. I'm extremely excited for this part, because as I mentioned at the start of the video, I've only just upgraded to get the happy ghast, and I'm about to place our first 2 in the water. And there we go. I'm not sure how long it takes, but we're just gonna sit here and wait. Oh, yo, that looks sick. Look how small he is, man. Jeez, if I jumped on him now, I'd break his head. The reason we're in the snow biome is after going on Google and having a look at how these happy ghasts work. If you feed them snowballs, they grow up a lot faster, which means we're going to be able to ride them a lot quicker and see what they're like. Right, so we just feed them a few snowballs, and then it shouldn't take long. Oh my god, yes, they're fully grown. Wait, are they? Yeah, they are. Just pop this on him. Alright, so there's one on him. I just need one for the other one now. I'm just going to hop on it now. Mojang. Quality. Well played. Oh, look how sick we look. But seriously, I do need to get a move on. Right after making another harness for the other ghast, and we're gone with red. The aim is to have 3 big trees on the back of here, so we're going with a 3x3 trunk area to get started. I guess the idea is to make it look as natural as possible, but without making it look too stupid and funky. So something like that, but on all 4 sides. Yep, we're back here again. I'm gonna need so many leaves. If only there was a sapling to create such a big tree. I've never built something like this, so I'm pretty scared right now. It's probably gonna look awful. Alright, I know there's only 1 branch of leaves, but I can see the vision. Yep, it didn't last long until we was back here. We've been through like 10 pairs of shears, and we need so many more leaves. Just placing the last... Oh no, it's a different biome. Are you serious? That's a joke. The 3 trees are completed after gathering all them wooden leaves. We're about 50% the way through the island, and now we're building the most aesthetically pleasing build of them all. And that looks perfect. We've gone with something like this because we want it to be deep enough in case we ever want to store anything underwater in here. We're bringing this up further because we're making 3 layers for the water to fall down from. We're making the top sort of like a cup for the water to sit in, like every other fountain. See? Sick, yeah? And then we're just going to add some walls around the edge here. We're not going with any old standard floor for this fountain. We're going to step it up a notch. So we're going to be going with a foggy type look. And if you layer glass in Minecraft, leaving a 1 block gap, and then look down on it, it looks foggy. Got to pick up a ridiculous amount of sand. Now it's okay, all this glass smelting, but we need to turn this glass into light blue. So I came over to the swamp biome to bone meal the grass and gather a load of blue orchids. This took a long time, so I thought I wouldn't show you that. This is why I need a sheep farm. I literally have no wool whatsoever. This is about to change. Right, so we put carpet on the bottom with torches underneath, and then we just got to add these few layers here. And then when you look through, haha, see? Perfect. That's going to look a lot better than a standard stone floor. Bro, the 3rd wave? Oh my god. Wait. We had to light the fountain up in some way, so we added some glowstone underneath to light the area up. This turned out so much better than I thought it would. Oh my god, look at that. Now, the houses down here are more like huts, and we need to go for a bit more of a darker theme, because this is a swamp area. Right, how big do we want this to be? Well, it can't be too big anyway, because it'll just look weird. Maybe like that, with a couple of holders to hold up the porch. What really brought the detail out to me was putting these moss blocks in. It really makes it look like a rundown hut in a swamp. But this next building's even better, because we're going to be adding a witch hat on top of the chimney. Yo, come on. Do you know what? This might be my favourite area of the whole island, you know. We've got to collect loads of lily pads for our swamp biome. And whilst I'm building the swamp biome, can I please ask if you subscribe and like the video? This will help massively in boosting it into the algorithm, and I'd appreciate it. There's a reason we're mining mushroom trees, because there's something missing, and that something is a mushroom house. I've always wanted to build one of these and never have. And then we've also got to add a few more houses around. I am really liking the look of this though. Just the whole aesthetics of it is amazing. But I'm going to quickly add in some more logs and some more lanterns to light up the area. We're literally going to be using like 3% of our brain doing this mushroom house. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm really struggling to do this. Finally, after not one, not two, but 3 fails, we eventually got the roof of this mushroom house completed. And once again, we went on a huge building spree. So we ended up building a blacksmith, another house, and another house. Oh, and I built another stable. Now, I don't have anything in particular for my enchantment table. I don't have a room or anything, so I'm going to try and work on something. That's why we're in here grabbing a load of this amethyst block. Oh, I've said that so wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely winging this. I'm just trying to make it look a little bit spiky and random. Now, this part of the island is probably the most crucial, as it gives us all of our materials and all the ores we need. So we've got these 3 holes here, which are just going to be for mining, and we just need to make them look a little bit more natural by adding some cobblestone and stone bricks in. We're taking one last trip into the Nether, because I need to get a lot of black stone. We're going to be putting these little, like, lava rock things around the island, if you like, mini volcanoes, whatever you want to call them. The island's coming to a finish now, and there's only a couple more things we need to build. So we took all the blackstone we had earlier and built a blacksmith out of it. This part is quite self-explanatory. We built a couple of cranes and a couple of custom-made portals, and there wasn't much left to do, other than... This place seems a bit empty. There's literally no animals or villagers. So we've got to grab a couple of animals, and I'm going to grab some sheep first. We'll put one in here. Just got to grab another, and you're coming with me. Come and join your new friend. Why? The hay bales. No. After a long process of bringing the animals over and the villagers to populate this island, we have now completed it. Thank you so much for watching. This video took a while, so if you could subscribe and like, I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.